Good afternoon. Today is Monday, August 21st, 2017. Commissioners Court is meeting in a special meeting for a public hearing. Item number 2, receive public comment, both proponents and opponents, on the proposed tax rate for fiscal year 2017-2018 for the El Paso County Hospital District.
Okay, thank you, Caesar. And this time we'll go into, get into the public hearing.
Move to open public hearing.
Commissioner Perez?
Aye.
Commissioner Leon?
Aye.
Commissioner Stout?
Aye.
Commissioner Haggerty?
Aye.
The judge is absent. Motion carries.
Okay, Caesar, is this the time to go ahead and read the tax code?
Yes, sir.
Into the record? Okay. By statute, I'm going to be reading the code into the record. According to tax code 26.05, the county may not adopt a tax rate for the hospital district that exceeds the lower of the rollback tax rate or the effective tax rate calculated as provided by the Texas Property Tax Code 26.04 until it has held 2 public hearings on the proposed tax increase. The tax rate proposed for the hospital district on August 7th, 2017, and published on the same date exceeded the lower of the effective or rollback tax rates. All persons, both proponents and opponents of the tax increase, will be afforded adequate opportunity to present their views. So having said that, we have 2 people signed up for public comment. And Mr. Greg Vera, I think you signed up again.
Good evening right now then.
Yes, it is.
All right, thanks for the invite again. Basically, summarizing it together is, I understand this is for a property tax increase, correct? The rate? Or the
Mr.
other
Vera,
one-
well, let me do this. Let me
Yes, go
interrupt you
ahead.
if I may. Why don't I have Mr. Michael Nunez is here. He's the comptroller, over the CFO over at UMC. He'll go over it
Clarify.
first, then you can address that, if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all, go
Okay.
ahead.
Michael?
Hello, Michael Nunez, Chief Financial Officer, University Medical Center. The budget or the proposed tax rate that we are proposing for the 2018 fiscal year is going to be increasing from its current rate of 23.4 cents up to 25.1 cents. I'm just going to go through a couple of the budget challenges. I don't have that.
He's got it over here.
There we go. A couple of the budget challenges which we are facing right now, as we talked about the Medicaid Section 1115 program waiver, this is still, it's currently ending December 31st of this year, 2017, and even as of this date, there's still no word from either CMS in Washington or Health and Human Services in Austin as to whether the extension has been granted or whether the renewal is going to come into place. So right now, for the 2018 budget, we have assumed the current funding levels for both the uncompensated care and the district program. The other item, the El Paso Collaborative, this was probably the biggest adjustment which we are facing this year. Here was a net $10 million reduction, but at the end of June, the partnership that we have with the for-profit hospitals known as the El Paso Collaborative, we are taking physician contracts back to UMC directly. And what this meant is that this was about a $16 million impact to the campus's budget, negative impact, meaning that there's more expenses which we are going to incur. Through the work of our fiscal team, we were able to reduce that down to about a $10 million reduction. So that was one of the biggest items. And then the item that we are presenting to you is the fourth item, which is the $7 million annual debt service from one of our bond issues, which is currently not property tax backed and included in our maintenance and operations portion of the property tax rate to be included in the interest and debt service component of the tax rate. So with that, those are the brief comments regarding the tax rate.
Commissioners, any questions? Thank you, Michael. Mr. Vera, okay. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you for the clarification. So my understanding is raising it from 23.4 up to 25.5.
I think it was 25.1.
I'm sorry, 25.1. Basically, it's just like a regular summary, as I did earlier. Myself and like others, we're in a fixed income, and every little bit that we keep to ourselves is very helpful, but when there's additional taxes, it really hurts us. A case that I'm aware of is a gentleman from the Veterans Administration, who was a veteran with us. He had to sell his house because of the taxes that were increased last year, so he lives in an apartment. Now, the reality is people are like all of us who live in small apartments. When the property tax goes up in any angle, what's going to happen? The rent also goes up. It follows. And those same individuals also have fixed incomes. Like I said earlier, also in El Paso, we have a growing senior citizen population. I don't want this city to become like Detroit, where all of us are placed either in government housing or in apartments that the rates are risen. Now, this particular individual or individuals, a couple, after they were out taxed from their properties due to high taxes, naturally they were placed in a house or where they cannot have animals. So they could not even keep their own dog. And those of you who are no elderly people, even veterans, that's the only companionship they have. So they were forced to surrender that puppy. And if you keep increasing taxes as the route we're seeing right now, it seems to me like this is a year to just raise taxes. You're actually nickel and diming us to death. That's the reality of it. All I can simply just say is, let's stop this senselessness. I understand the rest of the cities, mainly democratic structured cities, that are doing this as a habit. And it really upsets me because I'm in that angle. I'm 60, just a matter of time before, hopefully I'm eligible for 65. But then I still want to keep my house, which I still have a mortgage. And the more taxes you have, the more escrow goes into it that they take out of me, and I'm not the only one. Also, it saddens me that I don't see enough people from El Paso concerned. And I can tell you the reason. They're just tired. Tired of coming up here and nothing is done. But you fine gentlemen, and of course, Ms. Escobar is not here either, for whatever reasons. But we have to stop this. Stop this roller coaster of text and spend. It's really ludicrous. The problem is not taxing, gentlemen. The problem is spending. Spending is the major problem of government. That's where the real problem lies. You're spending too much. Not too long ago, Ms. Escobar decided to issue $1 million on laws or attorney fees. For what? Nothing more than just pay some attorneys for the sanctuary city. Well, I don't want to go into that part, but we all know the facts. All I got to say is just one thing. It would make us happy if you could reduce the tax rate of 23.4, but if you just keep it as such, we'll accept it. Don't need to increase it to 25.1. 25.1 here, 0.5 with the city, goes up and up and up. Let's stop that. And it saddens me that I don't see more El Pasoans fighting like the way it should be. In essence, I see people want to vote for it. But that's the element of county government. You're going to vote as you do, all right? Maybe I'm just venting. Maybe I'm just frustrated. Regardless, I'm here making a voice. But the real numbers count out there when you vote or when we vote you into election. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vera. I think we have one more, Mr. Ramon Corral with SEIU. Cesar, did you have any more speakers?
No, sir. This would be our last
Thank you.
speaker, unless somebody else decides to sign up.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Ramon Corral. I work in the food service department at UMC, and I'm a member of SEIU Texas. I spoke to you all during the last budget hearing on July 20th. I talked about the need for stronger investments for workers in this year's budget. Thank you all for listening to us. SEIU workers at UMC support this budget and want you to support it also. I'm convinced that with this budget, we are taking the right steps forward to make UMC a better hospital for workers and patients. I thank you all.
Thank you. Do we have any more speakers? No? Okay, Caesar, do we need to get out of public?
We need to exit the public hearing, yes, sir.
Do I hear a motion?
Does he need to read that before we exit?
Does that come after or before we leave public hearing?
Commissioner, if you'd like to read the language now, and then we can close the public hearing.
I'll read that right now. The Commissioners Court will meet on Monday, August 28th, 2017 at 9:30 a.m. in the Commissioners Court Chambers, Room 303 of the County Courthouse Building, 500 East San Antonio Street, El Paso, Texas, 79901, to adopt a property tax rate for the hospital district for 2017 to be collected during fiscal year 2018. Got a motion, and I need a second.
Second.
Commissioner Perez.
Aye.
Commissioner Leon.
Aye.
Commissioner Stout.
Aye.
Commissioner Haggerty.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much for joining us today. We are adjourned. Thank you.
This concludes today's meeting at 6:11 p.m.
Auctions, please contact us at telephone number 915-546-2048.